Embodied Astrology for November 4th, new moon. I think we need to have a little bit of fun today. I also think we need to go a little bit deep today. Deep into, let me find good words for this. The occult, the taboo territory, the things that you don't want to admit that you like, the things that turn you on that you don't like to admit to. And not just sexually, but the things that light you up. The things that light you up that you're like, ooh, that doesn't fit into like good girl or good guy category. That's kind of naughty. That's this new moon. That's November. November is like naughty November. And I want to talk about it. I want to give you a couple of different embodied practices or ways that you can work with this energy. I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming eclipses. I know this is the new moon conversation, but for me, we are already in the eclipse season. This new moon being opposite Uranus is so perfectly eclipse energy anyways, right? It's being square Saturn. It's like an eclipse without necessarily saying in its eclipse. And I'll talk more about eclipse things more. I'll talk more about eclipse things more later on in the next video that we do. But this energy of truths being revealed is loud right now. This energy of basically the whole world contriving to take you deeper into self is happening right now. Now, for some, that's dangerously scary, horrific territory. And you'll hear a lot of astrologers saying, oh, November, oh. For others who love this territory and know how many gifts reside in this unconscious territory and how much energy we actually use to keep parts of self hidden. For those of us who work in this realm, we're like, oh, it's a dance party. It's power. It's power. We are talking power. Now, there's a lot of people who go like power, bad, money, bad, sex, bad. All of these scorpionic things, which is where this new moon falls, is in Scorpio. This is Scorpio season. Mars has gone into Scorpio. Medusa is conjunct Mars in Scorpio. Mercury is going into Scorpio. It's big Scorpio season. And for Mars and Medusa to be conjunct, those of you who just did the free weekend challenge over Halloween, you will know how wild Medusa is right now, how big and full on she is. So she's conjunct god of war. She's conjunct god of war, this glorious dark goddess of heal your old fucking wounds so that you can be true to self, take off your false masks so that you can really live the life that you're desiring, is fueled by the god of war in the sign of Scorpio. This is glorious. This is glorious. And the new moon falling in the sign of Scorpio just lights it up and gives it even more potency in this territory. So let me feel for a practice that I could share with you around Medusa. Okay, let me give you this practice. Feel into, in this moment, like let's get embodied about it. Get out of your head. Let's get embodied about it. Feel into a mask being on your face. Just play, right? Like let's get a little bit playful here. Let's get a little bit creative. Scorpio is also crazy creative energy. I mean, it's literally untapped amounts of life juice, untapped amounts of creative, inspirational potency. Like there's so much fucking power there. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful once we stop demonizing it, or once we stop denying it, once we stop hiding it, once we stop shaming it, once we stop distorting the shit out of it, right? It's glorious. It's like taking horrifically wounded aspects or expressions or toxic expressions of sexuality and taking the same amount of juice and power that's there and expressing it as completely divine, sacred sexuality. It doesn't mean that it doesn't look naughty still. It doesn't mean that it doesn't look as powerful or as juicy or as like dark, but it is completely divinely aligned. It is completely in service to the highest good of the all of everything. Can you feel that? Everything can go there. And that's kind of what Scorpio season is. It's kind of what eclipse seasons are, is everything can be divinized. Everything can be in service to the highest good of all. Like money can be divinized. Our relationship to money can be divinized. That's this whole territory, is basically all of the things that we struggle to make sacred are being asked to be made sacred. So think about the things in your life. I'll go back to the masks with Medusa in a minute, but think about the things in your life that you struggle to make sacred. The things in your life that you go, this is spiritual, this is not. This is divine, this is not. Where is that split? What falls on this side where this is divine, this is not? What falls where? And why the hell is that there? How did that get there? Who told you that? Who told you that your body is not divine? Who told you that sex is not divine? Who told you that being abundant is not divine? But that's not the place to get lost in. Scorpio doesn't go like, oh, let's like create story upon story upon story. Let's not play victim to and blame everyone else. And, oh, it's my society. Oh, it's my family. Okay, great. Now, how do we transform it? Scorpio is transformation energy. It is death for rebirth. It's death for rebirth. It is wild, radical transformation. It is moving from snake energy to eagle energy. That transformation, it's alchemizing, it's turning lead to gold. That's what Scorpio is asking for. That's what Scorpio is asking for, is like, not, I want to analyze it and I want to think about it. I want to create stories about it. I want to like grovel in it. No, I want to dive deep into it. I want to dive deep into it so that I can release the power that's sitting there. So that I can open up to the power that's there, so that I can alchemize anything that it's time for me to alchemize, so that I can literally, and you feel this Uranian energy, right? Uranus, which is perfectly opposite the new moon, insanely beautiful and wildly glorious, brings like high truth, right? If you think of higher mind, high truth, it's lightning bolt awakening. They associate Uranus with Kundalini awakening, rapid awakening, Kundalini awakening, embodying spirit, Kundalini awakening, right? You are waking up the spiritual essence, the spiritual wisdom in your own being, So Uranus innately asks to divinize everything, like wake up the spiritual energy in everything. Everything literally is asking us to wake up the spiritual energy in everything, to see, perceive the spiritual energy in everything. And that's partially how we wake up the spiritual energy in everything. That's partially how we divinize it, right? Is we call it out. Like you can call out the tantrikas, those who practice sacred sexuality. You call out the divinity through sexual expression. You literally like tease the divine through fucking. Right? Same thing with money. You tease the divine through the exchange of money. You tease the divine out of it. There's nothing that isn't divine. Nothing. That's insane. I know. But that's what's on offer during this new moon. And so you can, here's embodiment practice 2. We'll go back to 1, which is the mask removing. But you can invite this Uranian energy to go anywhere that needs a spiritual awakening. Anywhere. It's your bank account. Like, I know that I have bad judgment around money. I know that I do not think money is sacred. I do not think money is divine. I have a very funky relationship with the power around money, which is like 99% of the population. But during this time, you can legitimately take a lightning bolt. So you just visualize, feel, imagine all of those, the ways that we get into it. Move an energy bolt of lightning, right? An energy bolt of lightning. I like that. A lightning bolt of energy. That's what I was trying to say, which is just high. It's like high. It's high voltage. It's rapid, radical. That's why they call it like the unexpected. Expect the unexpected when Uranus is involved. Just like boom, because it's lightning like it's quick. It's rapid fire. And so you just invite that right into the bank account. Right into the bank account. The places in life where you're like, wow, this feels dark to me, or dark as in not divinized. This feels wounded. This feels fearful. This feels traumatic. This feels painful. This even physically, right? I have a funky relationship with an old wound in my right shoulder, or my belly, or you can go with all sorts of different things, like any kind of physical ailment. UTIs. I don't know why I'm coming up with UTIs. For whatever reason, UTIs, like, oh my gosh, I have weird, funky thoughts around UTIs. Like, I can't get to a place where I see the perfection in my body. I can't get to a place where I feel the perfection in this. I'm seeing as like wounded and unhealthy and like gross and like something that's other than divine. Bring the lightning bolt right there. Bring the lightning bolt. But be ready for radical transformation. So oftentimes it's right there, like the radical transformation, it's right there. But we can't accept how fast it wants to go, how quickly it wants to change the bank account. Like it wants to put $1 million in there, but we can't, we would lose our shit if that happened. You were thinking like, yeah, right, Sabrina. That's the hidden stuff, right? That's the hidden stuff. All right, so let me go back to Medusa mask. Something else that we can do in this amazing time period of transition, transformation, alchemization is we can start to take off false masks. So feel into, where do I just feel like I can't be myself? Where in life do I feel like I just cannot be myself? I am so limited to my true authentic expression. Now this starts to get really intense, and this might not just be like a one and done kind of a thing, right? Or a one moon cycle kind of a thing, but it can be a start to coming back to authentic full self, or a start to making the journey to true self, But we have to start somewhere. You might be thinking, oh my God, that's a long road ahead because I can't be myself anywhere. I don't even know who I am. Every place in my life is uncomfortable. But we have to start somewhere. And so feeling into, like, what is that first little step? The first little step is just see one area of life of, wow, in this relationship, I wear a mask. I wear a mask and it's kind of eating at me. That's the place to start at. Where is it eating at you? Where is it eating at you? Go there. Where's the rub? There's gifts in the rub. There's gifts in the places it's showing you. It's literally your soul showing you where to go, where the change is being asked to be made, where the transformation, where the alchemization, where we're being asked to remove a mask via this is really uncomfortable for me. There's a rub here. I just can't be me here, and it's eating at me. Go there. And then you go there, and here's an embodied practice that you can do. Visualize yourself in that experience, in that situation, in that environment, in that relationship with that person or people or whatever it is. And you go, okay, I'm here. And you fully get there. You fully take yourself there. So you're not skating out, thinking about other things, I gotta go grocery shopping later. No, I'm fully here. You bring your whole essence, your whole being, you are fully here. You create that whole situation right around you. The whole situation, that person is like physically present. The whole energy of the church is right in your living room. You bring it in. You are embodying this. You bring it in and you go, all right, cool. Here's all these layers that I wear, or here's like the full Halloween costume that I put on, like the good girl, nice guy, full costume, suit, pants, hat, face mask, gloves. I mean, the full thing is a fucking mask, an armor, a suit of bullshit. But I'm saying that with fun. We're having a little bit of fun today. I'm saying it also with a lot of compassion and love. I have been there. I have been in very challenging places where I've gone, oh, this does not feel good. This is going to be really fucking hard to take off the masks that I wear with my family, to reveal who I am in my relationship with this person, whatever it is. But you bring it all in and you feel, okay, I'm just going to take my jacket off. I'm going to stand here. Holy shit, I feel vulnerable. You just feel the feels. I'm going to take the hat off that I wear. I'm going to take the mask off that I wear. Oh my, I feel like I'm naked and everyone's laughing at me. But you stand there and you start to feel that it is more soul fulfilling to stand there naked in your truth and be laughed at than it is to wear all the layers, than it is to wear the masks, than it is to be everyone else's puppet, than it is to fit in everywhere. It's actually soul sucking to do that. And you can do that practice. You can do that practice and then you can bring it into real life. Bring it into real life. And you are standing in the church or in the family system or in that, let's just say, I'll use partnership. I'm in this relationship partnership. And there's like, wow, I'm thinking of the last live I did about yoga. If it's out by the time this video comes out, you find a link up here and down below. We're going to make it a public video because it's funny and it's good. There's a lot of good insights around the feminine spiritual path and this embodied path. So like embodying how to work with energies, like what the hell happens on this path? Why would anyone want to do it? The challenges that arise, all of the judgments around Kundalini. I know the fears around Kundalini, which is what we're talking about, right? With Uranus. So anyways, that's a video that you can go watch next. But you can be with that person, right? We're bringing this into real life now. And you're like, okay, my yoga example is, if someone asked, like, how do we bring all of this stuff we're doing in the challenge, all of these big practices, these big spiritual awakening practices, how do I bring this into real life? And it was, well, stop separating everything. Stop separating everything. Stop being 2 people or 12 people or 15 people to fit into every little box that we've put ourselves in, or to, like, blend in and to play by everyone's fucking rules. Well, what are your rules? Like, that's what this time is. That's what this new moon is. It's what are your rules? It's yours, your truth, your rules, because your truth and your rules is what ultimately serves this world. When it comes from soul, when it's soul centered, like deepest, truest, wise, heart aligned, your truth and your rules are what serves this world the greatest. Not fitting into someone else's truth, which is typically not soul aligned anyways. It's not heart aligned. They got the rules from someone else who got the rules from someone else who got the rules from someone else, and no one even knows why the fuck we're still following the rules. Like, why do we still have mass on a Sunday? And why does the priest still wear that thing? Who the hell knows? It's just all been inherited shit, right? All right, I'm really picking on that tradition for some reason today. But I mean, no harm by it. There's wisdom in all traditions, a lot of wisdom in a lot of the traditions. I actually read lots and lots and lots and lots of books by Christian mystics, by priests. There's a lot of wisdom there. I'm just being, we're having fun. So anyways, the practice was, what I was sharing was, so on the weekends, I'm really in my spiritual practice, and let's say it's shamanic, right? Like, I'm drumming a frame drum, I'm dancing around a fire, like I am really working in root chakra territory, I'm taking shamanic journeys into the underworld, right? I'm doing all of this stuff, and I come to work on Monday morning, people are like, hey Sabrina, how was your weekend? What'd you get up to? I did yoga. That was my example. And this goes to this taking off the masks. This totally goes to this taking off the masks. So instead, what we do in our real life is, Okay, hey Sabrina, what'd you get up to on the weekend? Whoo! I was on a shamanic journey. I was drumming. I was dancing around a fire. I was working in my body, like the lower realms of my body. I was in my root chakra. I say that instead, right? I've removed my yoga mask. I've removed my mask. I've removed my mask. Now I don't do it to the degree where I'm needing to be unnecessarily weird, right? Because that's also very egoical. So hiding our true self is egoical, but then the need to be unnecessarily weird, or the need to like blow people's minds and like freak them out, that's also egoical. But I ride the line, like I walk the line. I just tell my truth. I just tell my truth. I don't wear a mask. I'm not wearing a mask. So those are the practices that I would love to invite you to do over this new moon. It's big, it's beautiful, it's leading into eclipse, so stay tuned. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I would do that. If you know someone who would get some benefit out of this video, share it with them, maybe leave a comment. Let me know what you would love in the next video. So if we're going into eclipse season, which will be the full moon coming up in November, and you want to hear more, like let me know. Leave a comment. Sabrina, I love when you do this. This was my favorite thing in this video. Give me more examples. I want more tangible stories. I love the 2 practices. I wish you did 5 practices. Whatever it is, would love to hear your comments down below. They're helpful. We read all of them. Would also love for you to come hang out in the community, rewildingforwomen.com. Mystery School is on. Mystery School is on. So some of you might know, if you've been hanging out and you've subscribed to our newsletter, you'll know that Mystery School for 2022 is opening up. This will be our 6th edition of Mystery School that we are bringing out into the world, and it's Rewilding for Women's Deepest Journey. It's a big one. It's a big one. All right. Love you all so much. I will see you when I see you, where I see you, and how I see you. Mwah.